Hey, I'm Pete from PMG Auto Care. The title of this video might seem a little bit clickbaity. Promise it's not though, because today we're going to be detailing this salvage repaired Fiesta ST line. Keep watching to find out more. So there's absolutely no doubt that the likes of Matt Armstrong and stuff have made buying categorised and damaged vehicles and then repairing them seem really appealing, especially in those luxury performance, supercars, high-end SUVs, etc. You can really see the appeal about how you could buy something, fix it, and then be in a car that would otherwise maybe be unobtainable or certainly unobtainable for a ridiculous price. So how does that relate to the everyday man though? Well, a customer has provided us with a fantastic opportunity to assess just that. This little 2018 Fiesta ST line he is purchasing as a first car for his son. Well, with a first car, you're kind of torn between two things. You want something modern and safe, and at the same time, you don't really want to spend a huge amount of money because it's likely the car is going to have a few battle scars and maybe not get the best treatment as a new driver finds their feet on the road. So a salvage car seemed like the perfect thing here. Fact is that this car, repaired and totally finished, cost less than half what a equivalent non-damaged vehicle would be. And now it's repaired. Is it any worse? That's what we try to discover as we go along with this car. There are some things that you need to take into consideration, and that is that not all damaged cars are equal, and well, you really need to go in with your eyes open knowing what you're going to be buying. But the repairs in this were relatively simple. The fact is that most modern cars now, a lot of the panels are bolt on, bolt off. It makes repairing them quite simple. It's just the cost behind it is what prohibits the insurance companies from doing so. So to understand how a car gets categorized, you kind of need to understand the full picture of what it takes to get a car into a categorized state in terms of an insurance claim. And well, they'll take the whole picture of things into account. And the way the economy is at the minute, especially the way the car market is and things, and a lot of the different situations going on across the world, has a huge influence in this. From rising costs, hourlies, hire car costs jumping up, parts cost increases, and then also huge delays on parts. That's where the tricky thing comes in for the total cost of repair. So while maybe the actual cost to repair the parts in this vehicle maybe isn't huge, but is there a 10-week delay? Is there a 12-week delay? Is that a 10 or 12-week add-on of a hire car? Those things really add up, and that will be the things that can push a vehicle into being written off. Insurance company isn't going to fix a car with salvage parts from maybe this car was a front-end damaged car, as you can see here. And it looks quite horrendous, but really that is just some bolt-on, bolt-off, some simple stuff and a simple bit of paint. So now it's categorized. Does that mean it's a bad car? Well, no, not necessarily. One of the things that we find a lot here is that we often get cars in and owners are maybe really focused on specification and service history records and stuff. And it amazes me that they can't see that their car, although it isn't an insurance category repaired car, that it is actually pretty poorly painted. We see it quite often. You'll have seen it pop up in these videos before as well. Or maybe the car's never been in an accident, but it's picked up a lot of stone chips, etc. It's had a front end painted, and well, it's not a fantastic job. What's the difference then between a salvage car that's bought, repaired properly, painted properly, and put back on the road? My first impressions of this is it's really quite grubby, and well, until we get it washed and see what's underneath it, it's going to be quite hard to tell. The other thing you have to bear in mind is that the condition of the car pre-accident also is a factor. So a car like this, little Fiesta, is probably being used as a first car or maybe a second car for a family. It's not going to have been treated with the utmost care and respect. So I'm expecting the non-painted parts of this car to be a total mess. And the fact this car is very grubby, it's probably sat about for quite a while from the time of the accident, sat in salvage auctions, then went to a body shop to get repaired, and then now finally it's with us. So that grime's probably been lying on there for quite a while, so we're going to get all of that removed, get it back to a squeaky clean surface, and then we'll see what we're dealing with. But my gut feeling is here that this is going to represent incredible value for money, specifically for what the task this car's destined to be doing. But let's get it clean and see what we're dealing with. So that's the wash process all complete in this little car. Didn't have to spend a huge amount of time on the wheels because they have literally just been refurbished. So just basically cleaning the loose dust that was on them from being driven to here. But now that it's clean, we can see the true horror of what was hiding behind that paintwork. And that horror is that this is solid black. It's not metallic, it is solid black. So that's going to make this 100 times harder. Now, we know it's been painted on this car, what I should say has been most painted recently, but I've seen some evidence of machine polishing around the other side of the car, so perhaps that's had a bit of paintwork at some other stage in its life as well, or maybe it's just been some sort of half-assed attempt at polishing the car. Now, the truth is, something like this, although it's fresh, 2018 Fiesta, it's not likely to have been an enthusiast-owned vehicle and have been being washed correctly from it was new. More likely to have seen drive-through car washes or side-of-the-road car washes, etc., and they have paid a huge toll on the paint of this. Let's pop the camera off and show you just the mammoth task that we're going to be dealing with. So starting this bonnet, this is one of the panels that has been refinished, along with the front bumper, along with the driver's front wing. And it actually seems like a pretty good paint job. There are some telltale signs. I am yet to ever see a painted panel that we can't tell it's been painted. And there are some areas that are definitely going to require a bit more attention than others. But the bonnet and front bumper and front wing should be the most straightforward panels on this. As you can see, there's still paint defects there. Painters, if you've seen, we've done several videos before in the past of cars that have been resprayed. I'm going to show you why, well, painters don't polish a car the way a detailer does, but we will be able to rectify all that. Moving on to this wing, again, lots of marks and stuff for us to deal with there. And then probably the only telltale little bit of damage remaining is obviously where this wing has been pushed into the door previously, and it has marked that edge. We're going to touch that and repair that. That'll be perfectly fine. But when we get down to the other edge of the car, as I said, definitely seen evidence of previous machine polishing. lots of swirls. The car is in need of a huge amount of TLC. Just check that out for terrible rotary polishing marks. But the car's pretty consistently marked and dull, and you can see the roof there. This really is very, very swirly. And as I said, Ford's not the most pleasant thing to work on, and in the fact that this one is now a solid black finish, I was really hoping it was going to be metallic, but indeed it is solid black. It's going to make the level of difficulty just that one bit harder again. So this is where I'd spot it even before we had washed the car, the initial trails, but it's seeming like it's pretty consistent all over. So I think the car's just had a machine polish at some stage rather than any additional paintwork. But time will tell when we start working on it. But now we need to decide just exactly what we're going to do. So you can see I'm not joking when I say this is going to be a huge task. Little car, mighty problems. But it's going to be a huge transformation, and I get a real kick out of that whenever we take something. It doesn't matter to me if it's a Fiesta or if it's a 911 or whatever. It's the transformation and the end result that matters. So now we decide what we're going to do. As I said, Fords can be soft and sticky. Really, that usually rules microfiber out. This is so heavily defected though, I might try a little. On the bonnet, certainly we won't go down that route. We'll be going down, I would say, with some orange Hex Logic cutting pads and some, I don't even know, maybe some Megs microfiber fluid, or maybe even something a step down from aggression from that again. And then we're just going to have to figure it out when it gets to the unpainted panels. I would probably say we're going to be sticking around that medium aggression and then hopefully that orange cutting pad. But we'll just take it as it goes. It's going to be a fairly lengthy process. And the thing here that we have to bear in mind is that the refinement stage is probably going to equal the polishing stages in this car. Well, we can either make life easier or harder for that final steps by how much micromarn we induce. So I'm going to try and balance that out in my head. We'll see what way different polishes respond to the surfaces in this car. Well, hopefully we have minimal micromarn, but given it's solid black, it's definitely going to be there. But also, given that it's solid black, it's going to look unbelievable when it's finished. It really is going to be a mirror finish. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Huge amount of time ahead, but a huge transformation, hopefully.
I've been pacing my paces, no kamikaze. I've been making my makers say what I'm offering. We've all had behaviors and they were troubling. Smoke way too much, I keep coughing. I pull out all the stops to make a profit. When I get down to the bottom, I need topping. Come here and ease my mind, be my clonopin. Let me chuck this thing and be proud of it. I will carve it in and I'll make you feel like you're on the cloud and you can't sit still when we on the floor. When I'm on them floors, when you use the force, there's no problem. I will carve it in and I'll make you feel like you're on the cloud and you can't sit still when we on the floor. When I'm on them floors, when you use the force, there's no problem. Pull out the peas, fill me up like a Reese's. When I'm with you, I'm holier than Jesus. Religious freedom, paid leave to get on my knees and pray to you if you're cool with cosplaying teacher. I don't mean to come across facetious, but it's all a joke to me and it should be to all of these. Sometimes I think it's the only way to stay decent. When the wind blowing that way, we ought to raise the breezes. I will carve it in and I'll make you feel like you're on the cloud and you can't sit still when we're on the floor. When I'm on the floor.
That's the heavy correction side of things all buttoned up, and the car actually played ball with us a lot better than what I thought it was going to. Sometimes these Fords can be a little tricky, the soft, sticky paint. This one obviously was dying to be brought back to its former glory, and everything just went pretty smoothly with it. And in fact, we're not even left with a huge amount of micromarn to contend with, so we can focus our refinement stage at this on just getting it incredibly glossy, incredibly sharp finish. And well, with a solid black car, that is the one upside. You get an unbelievable mirror-like finish. And to achieve that and push it even further, we're going to be jumping in with this Manzurna. The 3800 is a really, really fine finishing compound. We're going to be pairing that up with a black Hex Logic super soft finishing pad. Just spend a little bit of time, break down the compounds. Not going to be a huge amount of thought behind this process. It's just a simple zone out, get it done, break the compounds down, and let the results speak for themselves. So let's get that done, and then we can move on to protecting the car for the future. So now we have all the hard graft done, and the little car really, really looks amazing. It's like a mirror sitting in here. There's no point putting all that hard work to waste. Well, it's going to be a first-time driver, a young man taken to the road for many of his first adventures on the road. We're going to have to make sure we've got the right protection laid down on the car in the places that it really matters. And also protect the paint as well. So we're going to go down the route of Crystal Serum Light and Exo in this car. It is a really good baseline coating that is just going to really offer some good hard resistance for that solid black paint. Means that if it's been washed correctly, it's going to stay looking this good for quite a long time. We're not coating any wheels in this car. We will coat the glass for the customer. It's a long-term client of ours, and we'll do that as a little thank you. And then put all these little finishing touches in place that just add up to a completed package. Really, really pleased with how this little car has turned out so far, and I can't wait to see the end result. So let's get that protection on, and we can show you it finished.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good to show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do.
That's the protection all laid down, and the little car is complete. There's just one thing left to do, and that's show you guys it finished. Now, that is a result I am pleased with. That car looks exceptional. The fact that solid black is really helping out in that natural light, that really is a dripping wet mirror-like finish. It looks fantastic. But the real winners here are the family. That is a win for both the parents and for the kid. I mean, the parents are getting to give their child a fresh, modern, safe car that really looks the part, and well, the kid's getting something that is a real cool set of wheels for first car, all the mod cons, but hopefully the stigma attached with it being a categorized car means that, not just so concerned and they can relax in the driving and learning. And if something does happen, it's not just the end of the world, the same as what it would be if that was double the price of what it is now. So would I buy an accident damaged car? Absolutely. This represents incredible value. And the truth is, if you drove that little Fiesta down to the Ford dealership and parked it up beside a similar age car, mileage, etc., I would say it's in better condition than what you're realistically going to get out on the streets now that it's been detailed. The car's been painted at the front end, there's no stone chips. It really looks fantastic. So, I mean, you kind of be a fool not to. I'm currently looking for a new daily driver. Well, it's certainly got my gears spinning. I think I'll be heading to Copart myself and looking. The way I'm looking at it is I might go from a 2014, 2015 Range Rover is kind of what I've been looking at. And for the same budget repaired, I could be up into 2018, 2019. Kind of a no-brainer. I've got great contacts with the body shop just around the corner from us. So that's part of the puzzle as well. You need to have the contacts to make it really make sense. But it's certainly something worth exploring. So maybe you're going to go and check Copart out straight after this. I know I certainly am. So that's the end of another video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching as always, and hopefully we'll have another new video out next week. Catch you guys soon.